हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू आस्क असलम। सो शुरू करते हैं आज की इस सेशन का आगाज़ एक बड़ी बेहतरीन न्यूज़ से। सो यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ ईस्ट एंग्लिया विच इज़ वेरी फेमस यूनिवर्सिटी इन यूके हैज़ इंट्रोड्यूस अ न्यू प्रोग्राम। एंड जो आपको देख रहे हैं कि जो ट्रेंड चल रहा है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और मशीन लर्निंग को लेके, तो उनसे उससे ही रिलेटेड they have introduced a new program, MSc in Artificial Intelligence. Now, this particular program is definitely eyeing to address the students who are bachelors of computer, BTech computers, and who wants to get into making a career into the artificial intelligence, or want to do into data matrix or system analyst. This is a program which is meant for them, and it's a good beginning. University is well recognized. You can go into their website for further information, and you can check out this course. If you are already into a final year and are looking for a master's program into UK, then this could be the important news for you to check out this university. Secondly, if you are a graduate and has got some years of experience and now would like to go ahead for a master's program, then of course you can also take a professional break, look at this particular university, and have this course included into your checklist. Second news आ रही है यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ लीड्स अगेन फ्रॉम यूके से, जहाँ पे दे हैव इंट्रोड्यूस इंडियन स्टूडेंट स्पेसिफिक स्कॉलरशिप अगेन. फ्रेंड्स, बहुत अच्छी न्यूज़ है, बिकॉज if you are looking to go to study in UK or in Europe and you would like to prefer UK over other countries, then you may want to look at this University of Leeds scholarship. So they have announced this scholarship for a students who wants to come for graduate programs, and this scholarship could be available for the students, which is up to 50% of the tuition fee reduction, which is a huge amount. On average, University of Leeds की जो fees होती है, it would be anywhere between 18 lakhs to 22 lakhs, equivalent to Indian rupees. And if you're getting up to 50% scholarship, you can imagine you're just paying 9 to 10 lakhs or 12 lakhs a year, which could be equivalent to or maybe lesser than what you're paying for here in India into private universities. So it is a very good bit. I believe that those who wants to look out for the scholarship universities and scholarship offers, this is a good time. Again, मैं बहुत बार बताता हूँ कि scholarship अगर आप देखते हैं तो it is always better to apply well in advance. Don't wake up last moment and then say कह रहे कि scholarship मिलेगी कि नहीं मिलेगी आपको, because ये seats limited होते हैं. This news are viral, and then people are always looking for the scholarship. And the scholarship in abroad, especially in the UK and American universities, is also, there are different types of scholarship, by the way, but this kind of scholarship which are announced specifically for certain intakes are based on the first come first serve basis. So बहुत सी बार ये भी होता है कि student misunderstand, parent misunderstand that if the scholarship is announced, it means the word scholarship includes the word scholar. It means you have to be scholar, and it means that you have to have a very high marks. And then you think that no यार, मेरा नंबर कहाँ लगेगा, इतने सारे स्टूडेंट्स होंगे, आई डोंट नो, और वो फॉर्मेलिटी क्या होगी, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन क्या होगा. But let me tell you, friends, the first very basic rule for this, usually this international scholarship, is it's on first come first serve basis. It means that you don't have to have a very high marks, you have to be in a queue. That's the most important thing, and you want to be ahead of many people in the queue, in order to get into the scholarship. They have announced approximately around 500 scholarships, so you can apply for any of these kind of scholarships. So first come first serve basis, apply as soon as possible. The another good thing is that you can also apply for the scholarship having your final year results awaited. So if you are a final year student and wanting to appear for the exams and wait for the results, then you will lose this opportunity. You can apply without the results. And those students who already have got 2, 3, 4 years of experience in the industry, and now they want to take a professional break and wants to go for a master's or MBA program, again, there's a great opportunity for you that you can apply immediately. As soon as you hear this news, you can approach to the university, or if you want to take the help of the consultants, take the help of the consultants, but reach out to them in order to apply for this scholarship. It's on first come first serve basis. So these are the two important things. Another news is again coming from USA. जब से Trump आए हैं, is making a lot of noise, especially in the field of education and abroad education. Now, this news is primarily not so positive, especially ऐसी तरीके की न्यूज़ से इंडियन रेपुटेशन डाउन होती है इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स में. हमको यहाँ इंडिया मीडिया बताता है कि भाई आप एज अ कंट्री बहुत वेलकमिंग कंट्री हो, एंड देन इंटायर वर्ल्ड इज वेटिंग फॉर यू. बट हकीकत में ऐसे नहीं होता है. जब आप बाहर जाते हो तो आपको पता चलता है कि you are one among many who are competing for the growth and for their careers, and it's a really really hard competition out there outside India, because people are really very smart. They're equally competitive, maybe better competitive, better in competition than you. So खैर, जो न्यूज़ की बात करते हैं तो न्यूज़ ऐसी है कि there are it has been reported that over 7,000 students and exchange visitor. तो ये एक्सचेंज विजिटर क्या होते हैं? ये जो शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्सेज के लिए जाते हैं या शॉर्ट टर्म एमओयूज जो साइन होती है इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटी फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी के बीच में. सो स्टूडेंट्स गो फॉर अ प्रोजेक्ट, फॉर सर्टन एक्सकर्शन, सर्टन स्टडी टूर. तो ये वो भी स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं. तो इन शॉर्ट 7,000 of these kind of visa people from India have overstayed. Such a big thing, such a shameful thing for us as an Indian to do. Guys, क्यों करते हैं हम लोग ये सब चीज़ें? इसी वजह से तो हमारी कंट्री का नाम खराब. आपको बताया यार होस्ट करा, क्या हुआ, इसका मतलब क्या है? तो वेल, इफ सपोज यू हैव बीन गिवन अ वीजा फॉर 3 months, you're supposed to be completing your assignments, projects, your trip, your tour, whatever reason why you have been there, and you need to come back within the expiry date of your visa. अब लोग करते क्या है? दे ईदर बाय मिस्टेकनली, यूजुअली ये होता नहीं है बट ज़्यादातर ये होता है इंटेंशनली, दे ओवरस्टेड. सो व्हाट हैपेंस दैट मेनी ऑफ द टाइम व्हेन यू गो देयर, यू मे हैव अ हिडन एजेंडा. यू मीन्स आपके लिए नहीं बात कर रहा हूँ, बट वो स्टूडेंट्स या लोगों के लिए जो इस तरीके के वीज़ा को गलत तौर पे यूज़ करते हैं. दे वांटेड टू somehow get the job opportunities and then settle back in that country, and that's the reason why they try their best till the last moment. And hence what happens is that they overstay. When they overstay, it means that you've already passed your visa expiry date. It means you're not supposed to be there in that country. It means that you were supposed to come back within that time period, but you decided not to do that. That puts you in a very bad situation. And इससे क्या होता है, जो genuine students जो जा रहे हैं या जाना चाहते हैं, फिर हम लोग देखते हैं कि ट्रम्प ने सडनली ये अनाउंस कर दिया या ऑस्ट्रेलिया ये हार्ड डिसीजन लेके आया है ऑन इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स और इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स. इट इज ऑल थैंक्स टू दिस shameful act conducted by these students. In this case, over 7,000 Indian students who went and they overstayed. And because of that, then government gets immediately alert and they want to have the new rules coming in so that they kind of stop the abuse of the visa which has been issued for the original purpose. So please guys, if you're going abroad, do go, but within the expiry date of the visa, please make sure that you come back and then resume your education, whatever you are continuing here. एंड खैर खाली इंडिया ही नहीं, यहाँ पे और 4 कंट्री का नाम भी आया है जो इस चीज़ में काफ़ी आगे हैं. इनफैक्ट हमारे से भी आगे है, जिसमें चाइना भी है, कोलंबिया भी है, सो और ब्राज़ील भी है. सो दीज आर द 4 कंट्रीज विच आर doing this kind of activities, and it is really shameful for putting the country's image on stake. Well, so these are the questions now. This is the news. Now let's go back to the news column and see that what news we have received from our potential students and parents, whoever wants to ask. तो पहला क्वेश्चन है कि is it better to apply through agent or directly to the university? मैं ये न्यूज़ जो अपने स्क्रीन से पढ़ रहा था. Okay, so the answer ये है कि it depends upon your comfort level and depends upon your know-how of applying for studying abroad. Suppose you are a first-time traveler or you have never been abroad or you don't know the process and technicalities and complexities of making an application to universities for the admission formalities, visa formalities, लोन कैसे मिलता है, बैंक लोन स्टडी अब्रॉड के लिए कैसे मिलता है, कौन से टेस्ट आपको देने ज़रूरी हैं, एग्जाम्स लेना ज़रूरी है बिफोर यू गो फॉर स्टडी अब्रॉड, एंड देन अकोमोडेशन कैसे ढूंढोगे, फूड कैसे मैनेज करोगे, और कोई गाइडेंस के लिए या मेंटर के लिए नहीं है, देन डेफिनेटली इट इज़ एडवाइजेबल टू गो टू अ मेंटर, टू अ गाइड, to a study abroad consultant, an agent who is authorized to guide you. And ऐसे में भी बहुत सारे होते हैं कि कुछ सिर्फ पैसे लेने के लिए वहाँ पे एजेंट्स होते हैं, कुछ लोगों को कमीशंस मिलती है, इस वजह से दे आर गाइडिंग यू. बट वट एवर बी, अपन ऑफकोर्स कोई फ्री में तो नहीं करेगा, बट हाँ, बट दे शुड कीप योर इंटरेस्ट इन फ्रंट and then help you out, and there is no harm in charging you and you paying them for their professional services, or if they are offering you free services and they are getting paid by the university, there is no problem. यही होता है, आप डॉक्टर्स के पास जाते हैं तो डॉक्टर भी आपको एज अ पेशेंट देखता है and then he will charge you some fees or he will prescribe the medicine. They also get cut through the prescriptions or through the pharma company. So that's a business also in the end of the day. But doctor keeps the patient's interest in the beginning, in the front, ke bhai pehle ye theek ho jaye meri dawa se. So it is a similar way career counselor also keep the students interest first. There is no harm in approaching. In fact, I would strongly recommend, because then you would not have a headache you of making through this very complex process. And thanks to the government norms changing from across the world, it becomes very difficult to keep up the changes which are being implemented. So it's always advisable. वेल क्या आप स्टडी अब्रॉड के लिए डायरेक्ट अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते? बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. इफ़ यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट, इफ़ यू ऑलरेडी बीन ट्रैवलिंग, इफ़ यू ऑलरेडी हैव फ्यू फ्रेंड्स एंड mentors or your alumni group who can guide you and help you, and you have a time, that's the most important thing, guys. आप स्टूडेंट्स होंगे, कॉलेज में, स्कूल में पढ़ रहे होंगे, या यू आर वर्किंग समवेयर, इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू टेक आउट द टाइम एंड डू दिस फॉर्मेलिटीज. लेकिन अगर आपके पास काफ़ी टाइम है, रिसोर्सेज हैं, रेफरेंसेज हैं, गाइड करने के लिए लोग हैं अब्रॉड से, then why not? You can also apply to these universities and get your things done. Second question is, can I pay my tuition fees just by doing part-time jobs? Well, इसमें ऐसा है कि पॉसिबिलिटी होती है बहुत सारी कंट्रीज में कि यू कैन गो एंड यू कैन वर्क पार्ट टाइम एंड देन यू कैन अर्न इनफ मनी टू हैव योर लिविंग एक्सपेंसेस डन. बट ये कहना कि वो मैं पार्ट टाइम जॉब से अर्न करके मैं अपनी ट्यूशन फी भरना चाहता हूँ, दैट इज, आई बिलीव, इज अ वेरी रिस्की अफेयर. आई वुड नॉट श्योरली रिकमेंड दिस काइंड ऑफ प्रिपरेशन और एटीट्यूड एज अ स्टूडेंट. पार्ट टाइम जॉब जो होते हैं वो सीजनल होते हैं, और वो कोई गारंटी नहीं होती कि आपको हर महीना पार्ट टाइम जॉब मिलेगा. इफ़ यू आर लकी यू वुड गेट थ्रू आउट द ईयर, थ्रू आउट 12 months. इफ नॉट, इट कुड बी सीजनल. देन जहाँ पे रिक्वायरमेंट है आप थोड़े महीने काम करोगे, थोड़े महीने शायद से हो सकता है कि जॉब ना हो. सो हैंस ट्यूशन फी तो मेरे हिसाब से ये है कि यू हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर वेदर यू टेक द बैंक लोन हियर इन इंडिया. देयर आर मेनी बैंक्स विल हेल्प यू फॉर द ट्यूशन फीस, और यू हैव गॉट योर पेरेंट्स सेविंग, और सपोज आपके फैमिली से कोई अंकल आंटी आपको सपोर्ट करना चाहते हैं, दे हैव गॉट, they know that you can do better in abroad, and they have got they see this as an investment for your career, and you can return back their money afterwards once you start making money. Then I think it's always advisable to rely on to these confirmed sources for your tuition fee payment, not on part time earning. अब जब part time earning होती है तो ये भी है कि पार्ट टाइम अर्निंग जो होती है वो लिमिटेड आवर्स में होती है. सो यू कैन वर्क फॉर 20 hours a week, which is a very fraction of the time of your entire week. So you can earn enough amount to pay for your living expenses. In fact, मैं तो ये भी एडवाइस करता हूँ कि लिविंग एक्सपेंसेस के लिए भी आपको प्रोविजन करना है. ये भी नहीं कि पार्ट टाइम पे पूरा रिलाई कर लिया आपने लिविंग एक्सपेंसेस के लिए, बट हाँ, एटलीस्ट इतनी पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकती है कि आप पार्ट टाइम जॉब करते करते यू कैन पे फॉर योर living expenses. But tuition fee, for sure, I would suggest that please rely on to the confirmed sources before you even step outside the country and get the fees arranged. Next question is coming. Can I survive only on Maggie and pickle if I don't know how to cook? Well, my friend, इट डिपेंड्स है आपके आपके डाइजेशन पे कि आप कितना मैगी को डाइजेस्ट कर पाते हैं. बट इट्स नॉट रियली अ गुड हेल्दी सजेशन टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. मैगी इज, या कभी कभार आपका बिजी स्केड्यूल है, प्रोजेक्ट्स है, असाइनमेंट्स है, एक्टिविटीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा है, कॉलेज में एग्जाम्स है, आपके पास टाइम नहीं है, तो उन सब टाइम्स के लिए इफ़ यू रिलाई ऑन टू मैगी और एनी फास्ट फूड आइटम occasionally is okay. Otherwise I would strongly recommend you कि आप अपने कोचिंग ले लें थोड़ा सा फूड बनाने के. बहुत सारे तरीके हैं, बहुत सारे यूट्यूब पे चैनल्स हैं जहाँ पे देयर आर स्मार्ट वेज टू मेक द फूड विदाउट इन्वेस्टिंग अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम इन द किचन. और ऑफ कोर्स आप यू कैन टेक ट्यूशन फ्रॉम योर मॉम. है ना, इफ़ यू हैव नॉट टेकन सो फार, आपने अभी तक मॉम के खाने एंजॉय किए हैं, बट अभी टाइम आ गया है कि यू रिक्वेस्ट हर टू डिवोट सम टाइम to train you and give you some tips and tricks that with the limited amount of resources, the ingredients and time, how can you still make a homemade food for yourself and then survive and be healthy. Part time, I mean, sorry, जो खाने की बात है, ये भी है कि यू हैव टू बी हेल्दी बॉडी हेल्दी माइंड, यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड. सो इसके लिए इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इफ यू वांट टू concentrate on your studies, you want to exercise, you want to do a lot of activities, you want to study and work as well as at the same time, then I would surely recommend you that look out the healthy food habits. एंड वहाँ पे बाहर खाना भी बहुत महंगा है. यू कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू गो आउट एंड ईट एवरी टाइम. इट्स सुपर एक्सपेंसिव इन अब्रॉड टू ईट आउट. unless you go to the countries wherein like in UAE or Malaysia जहाँ पे फिर भी reasonably food available हो जाता है, but most of the European countries, Western countries में it's very expensive, and I would surely not suggest you to rely on to these resources. Then the last question of today's session will take, what are the cultural differences should I be aware of? Well, this is a very loaded question. I would say that it has got a huge points of connects to connect, but I'll just give you a few examples. Like culture is the most important thing you should be aware of. देखिए, you will be able to catch up with your studies. There is, the education system is different. However, it will take in 2 months time for you to get settled down with the new education system and thrive into your education field. I'm not joking, I'm telling you very seriously. Our Indian students really do well in academics. So as Chinese students, we are committed, we are dedicated, we know exactly, because हमारे यहाँ तो करिकुलम इतना बड़ा है कि फिर भी हम पास हो जाते हैं. वहाँ तो करिकुलम बहुत ट्रिम है, शॉर्ट है. सो ये सब तो आप मैनेज कर लोगे, बट द पॉइंट, जो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है वो आपको ध्यान रखना है कि जो कल्चर है इसको आपको सीखना समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है ये, बिकॉज मेनी टाइम व्हाट हैपेंस, इफ यू डोंट नो द कल्चर, पीपल वुड नॉट गेट फ्रेंडली विथ यू, एंड देन यू विल get surprised that, or you will get shock of your life that why these locals or Westerners or Europeans are not making friends with you, or they forming their own circle, and then in the end you are not kind of felt, you're feeling like you're not welcomed by them in their group. It's just because of the cultural differences. It's not because you have got the dark skin and they have got the white skin. No, the racial discrimination doesn't appear so imminent at the moment, but what is a very common thing is that they are not seeing you culturally in line with what do they expect you to be. For example, if you have got a mobile phone and it has got a loud ringer in the public places, this is something which is really annoying to the people, and they will say that they will not discount you that okay, you come from India and this is in India you can have your ringtone loud, and but here we keep usually phone on vibration mode and you're not following our culture. They will not discount you for that, just being an Indian. Secondly, you have to you are expected to always be very courteous, and especially please and thank you are two very important, very widely spoken words. Even वहाँ पे वेटर को भी अगर आप ऑर्डर कर रहे हो तो आप बोलोगे कैन यू प्लीज ब्रिंग अ ग्लास ऑफ वाटर, और कैन यू प्लीज गेट टेक दिस ऑर्डर. एंड वहाँ टैक्सी ड्राइवर को भी आप, अगर टैक्सी ड्राइवर ने आपको ड्रॉप किया कोई लोकेशन में, यू विल से थैंक यू एंड यू विल आल्सो टिप द टैक्सी ड्राइवर. बट इफ यू डोंट नो दिस पार्ट ऑफ द कल्चर ऑफ द country where you're going and studying, well, then the people would say and see you very differently. They'll say you are either very uh, high on attitude, or you're not courteous enough, or you don't understand the culture of our country, and then you are just rude, and you will say यार मैंने क्या किया, मैंने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं, मैंने तो कुछ गलत बोला नहीं. अगर आपने प्लीज ऐड नहीं किया, और हम लोग ऐसे करते हैं कि गिव मी अ ग्लास ऑफ वाटर, प्लीज ऐड नहीं किया, तो कहीं कहीं कल्चर में तो ऐसा है कि यार यू आर रूड. It just because you are asking me a favor without a word, please. So this is becomes a very cultural thing. South Asian countries में culture है कि when you are pointing any location, you don't point like this with the finger. It is considered as a rude gesture. And you'll see that the Singaporean, Thai people, they always point out like this, with the thumb like this. So इससे क्या होता है कि, I mean, this is the part of the culture. Again, you need to learn that you do not point out the fingers towards somebody. अब देखो कोई लोकेशन पे वो फिंगर पॉइंट आउट नहीं कर रहा, वो अगर आप किसी को ऐसे करके बोलोगे you and then you don't know that you are kind of trying to be very rude to them according to their culture, and then you will say यार ऐसे ही किया मैंने, उसमें तो मुझे पता भी नहीं था, but you will not be discounted. Hence, these are very simple silly examples I gave you, but there are lots of big examples you can imagine out of this conversation that why cultural understanding is so important. So you would either make friends or you will not make friends based on your cultural habits or your knowledge about the local culture where you're going. So it is imperative for you to learn as an international student, and this is where also my reservation comes, that our Indians they are very good in academics. Where we fail is in the cultural part. Similarly, small things like when you are talking on the in the public place, in the restaurant, we make big noises, and then ha 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 ha. And then when we are driving, suppose if you rent a car or you buy a car, we horn. It's so very okay. I know आप मेरे यहाँ से खिड़की के यहाँ से आप देखो कि पूरे रोड का honking दिन भर आवाज यहाँ जाता है. But that's okay for our Indians to hear that out. But abroad में ये strictly no है. When you are even walking on the road, then you keep a very good distance between you and the other person. हमारे यहाँ तो जगह ही नहीं होती, फुटपाथ छोटे हैं, we touch around, we rub the shoulder, and that's kind of okay. When we walk in that way in abroad, and you even pass by very closely, you're not even touch, you just pass by very closely, people look at you like this, and people will stare at you as if you are trying to harm them. So this has happened with me also when I was there in Switzerland 10 years back. The lady was coming, in front of me, carrying a kid, and then I was very unintentionally, I was just walking by, and then I happened to pass by very closely to her, and she got scared, of me, that why I'm so close to her. But I didn't realize that it's so common, when you walk and then you pass by with the people, you don't keep a distance here in India, and that was a good learning for me. I really apologize to that lady, seeing her reaction, facial reaction. So there are lots of things you got to learn about the culture, and that's what is a very important question you ask. And I believe that this is a very important thing you need to learn before you even start learning in the new classroom, in the new destination. So friends, these are the questions for today. I really thank you for joining me for today's session. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time, next Saturday. Until then, stay safe and stay happy. Take care.